That's that they have the internet at Augusta.
It's physically, I just heard your voice.
So you know what I wanted to ask you about? You've played here.
Great week, yes. Oh, how about playing where?
Augusta.
I'm not sure that I can confirm nor deny.
I believe you played with Steph.
Proper protocols, you can't confirm nor deny.
Okay, if you can't, hypothetically, if you were to play here, how was it?
Hypothetically, if I could play there, it's probably, I don't know, what do kids want to do when they're young? They want to go to Disney World with a pass and no other people there, no lines to wait in, and free food and free toys and gifts. That's what it's like, I would imagine.
What you have been in some of the most famous arenas in the world, and you've seen some stuff, Olympics and everything, and everybody from the basketball world, from other sports world, there's just something different about Augusta. Why does this venue stand out so much?
I think personally for me, I mean, playing Tiger Woods video game, you play it growing up, and then not really I didn't play golf much growing up. You know, I didn't have access to it, but, you know, the video game was how I got into it. And then picking the game up, I started watching Tiger, obviously, and, you know, you watch some famous things he does there at Augusta on, you know, on 15, having, you know, 7-iron, 8-iron in, and then on 16, chipping in, and what was that, 2006? Or was it 05? 05. You see some things he does, and then, you know, 97, you know, being that young and finally getting there, and second year winning it, you know, he won it 4 times. Was it 5 now, 2019 as well? 4. What is 97, 01, 05, 19?
Yeah.
Not a bad memory. But, you know, just, and then if you happen to get a chance to play it, I think that really takes it over the top. Or if you get to see the course being there for the tournament, you get a real grasp of the lay of the land, and you understand the undulations, and you understand it's very wide open, but it's a little bit more difficult than just being wide open. I mean, you got to be on the right side of the fairway, and then they're protected by some great greens, some great bunkers. And then, you know, I play a lot of golf and did a lot of studying in golf, and Alistair McKenzie, he's got like my favorite golf courses, and I didn't even know it. It took me a while to figure it out. Passy Tempo, I learned that was one of my favorite courses. It's a course in the Bay called Cimarron. Keep forgetting the name. There's a course in Marin that's amazing. Obviously, Augusta, and then he did the bunkers at Cow Club, which is a private club in San Francisco, and I think he did Cyprus as well. And then he did some great courses in Australia. So. Just imagine somebody doing that in the late 1800s. It's mind-boggling how it stood the test of time, and you see how when you stay to the true essence of something like that, it produces excellence year in, year out.
I got one more
for you. That was like an
you.
Intro to a book, right? That
was your next book right there.
Yeah, there we go.
So I got one more for you, and I apologize for filibustering, but today was my first time actually walking the place. I got here yesterday. I walked today for the first time. TV doesn't do it justice as far as how hilly it is. Did it surprise you, the undulations, and just how, pronounced all that is?
Right. So when you're done playing there, I mean, hypothetically, if you get a chance to play there, you understand like how to hit from a sideline or a downhill or uphill line, and you're like your mind is like boggled. Like imagine playing basketball, and then you're used to playing on a flat court, and then you go somewhere and it's like uphill shots one half and then downhill shots another half. You just have no idea how to adjust to that or even prepare for it. So you go home right away, you start practicing, you figure out ways how to hit uphill lies and offside hill lies, ball position, hitting the high, hitting the low, where can you miss, where can you not miss. It's just a lot that goes into it. You have a lot of respect for guys who win that tournament, because it's almost like they take away a lucky win. Like, you got to go get it.
Thank you, Andre.
Next, we have Ira Winderman.
Now I feel bad. I'm ruining the fun with the basketball question.
Yeah, boo. I was going to boo you because I knew a basketball question was coming next.
I apologize. Hey, I just wanted to get your thoughts as a veteran. Working in 3 new players like you are right now, do you have to be patient with the newcomers, or Spo always talks about sort of everyone gets fed through a fire hose in this kind of season when there's no days off. The schedule is compacted. How tough is it, do you think, for the new guys? And what are you veteran guys who are already there trying to do to maybe ease the adjustment for those three?
Well, I think we got 3 veterans, so the learning curve is, not like something. It's something you don't typically see with a young guy trying to come in, trying to adjust. You've had guys who have been traded before, who've been in different situations, different organizations, so they've seen the lay of the land and how to adjust on the fly. And I've been very impressed with Vic in this short period of time. If, maybe he's not comfortable yet, but he's helped us like tremendously. And I don't even know if he knows it yet, but just kind of like the way he's moving the ball and being that threat, he's taking a lot of pressure off our guys. Duncan's last 2 games have been really good. Duncan's, is kind of he's had relief points, and he's been able to get shots on goal that don't feel like it's just the weight of the world on you. And it's like, we have to get to this. It's like, so Trevor's done the same thing for a lot of the guys, taking some relief away from the guys, taking some pressure away from the guys. And then, like I said, with Belly, he's a guy that's, I think once he really gets the lay of the land and gets the flow, he's going to be excellent. I think he's adjusted to us yelling at him to shoot it every single time. He's laughing. He's like, wait, are you guys crazy? I'm like, yo, if the ball touches your hand, just shoot it. We're very confident in him and what he can do. And the funny thing is, he can do a lot more than just shoot. But once, he's going to become that threat for us. And then it's going to open up a lot of other different things for him, which in turn opens it up a lot of different things for other guys. So it's only going to get better. And I think from what we've seen so far, guys are very excited for what lies ahead and the many possibilities.
With the Warriors, that was sort of the start, or really the high point of the NBA switch everything defensive approach. And you guys certainly are doing that here also. I know a lot of people understated your defense as a team in Golden State because the offense was so great. But can you sort of compare what you guys can do with the possibilities of you and Bam and Trevor and Vic and Jimmy, that everything is switchable? How does that change the face of defense, that switchability? Thank you.
Yeah, I think you kind of just summed everything up. We had a top 5 defense every year, and the year, the Mark Jackson year, my first year there, I think we were 1-2 in the league defensively. We had a great defensive units, and Clay's defense is always underrated. He's one of the top 2-way players in the league, and he was always guarding the ball and the dominant ball handler. And then Steph was a much better defender than people thought as well. He held his ground better than people would give him credit for. So defensively, we were great. And I think even here, you have, more so a defensive presence with the guys that we have that are switchable. You talk about Trevor, who's been on championship teams, been on teams in championship contention, who's switching out. He did a lot of those things with the Lakers. That strong team, and look at the Houston team that took us 7 games when I was with the Warriors. So he stood the test of time over his career, and they've relied upon him. He's been reliable, in those situations where you need the guys to be reliable. And then we've all seen Bam, and we've all seen obviously what Jimmy can do on and off the ball. So we got a lot of different units we can put out there to finish games, and Coach spoke on that, which is, it can be a blessing and a curse, but I think it's all a blessing for us. And you want everyone around you to have success and to be in those moments and believing in them, even if you're not out there. And I think we have that type of group, which makes us even a stronger team, because, that's one thing that doesn't show up in the analytics on the stat sheet is, how well the others sacrifice night in, night out.
Next, we have Anthony Chang.
Hey, Andre, I had a question about Duncan. You look at what he's doing this year. He's getting more points off the dribble. He's not throwing wild passes. He says he's more comfortable on defense. But what's impressed you most about just the growth he's made since you got here and the player he was in, last February when you were traded to the Heat?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying his the way he's handling, the scouting report. They're trying to, take away the thing they think that he can only do, and he had a dunk not too long ago. like got, you know, ball the dribble, got through traffic and, you know, finished it. Or him and Bam have, is normally Bam handing it to Tyler for a score. And that was one of the, you know, highest connections in the league per possession. But when I start seeing Duncan, you know, look off a defender and throw the lob to Bam, and the defense, you know, trying to figure out how to adjust to that, that shows a lot of growth. And that handoff was deadly last year, and team scouted it. So, you know, how does Duncan adjust to make himself a threat still? He starts putting the ball on the floor, and he's only going to get better with it over time and just getting comfortable with it. So just really, really happy to see him be able to adjust to a scout, be able to adjust to that pressure, having it, you know, this year being his contract year and trying to perform. And, you know, he has opportunity to be a very wealthy individual, which he will be. You know, he's got some great teammates around him, and we'll make sure that, you know, he's playing with confidence and he's shooting the ball well. So the last couple games, I've seen a whole lot of growth, and I see him continuing further with that confidence and doing other things.
Thank you.